What's up, guys? It's a new day, and we're back at it, working on the compost bin. Last night I had a few struggles, but I got it done. I was out here till about 11 o'clock, with my lights and everything, trying to finish off what I started. But so far, here we are. All right, got the lid finished, got my hinges on. It opens and closes. I did have a few issues on this side. When I started out, I made a little mistake here, not thinking about what I was doing. I doubled up that board when I shouldn't have, because my other support would have been the second board that would have given me the support that I was looking for. But that was a beginning error. I corrected it along the way. Looks like I might need to put one more, come back and put a little tack down right here. Other than that, we got hinges on. I got a few screws sticking out that I'll probably come back maybe with my little oscillating tool and cut that off maybe. I don't know. It ain't really bothering me right now, but yeah. So we got two lids. If anything, the only good thing that this turned out for is I can use it as a handle. That did work out, so I ain't got to worry about cutting my hand, which ain't a bad idea. I might come back and, I don't know. It would be nice to have another piece of board right here to keep from grabbing the tin, but we'll figure that out down the road. So right now I'm going to go ahead and finish off the front, and we're going to attach these front boards here, which is going to give us room to drop boards in front of it and make slats to make our doors. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to time lapse that, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, here we go. I had some technical difficulties. I made a whole video and it didn't have sound. All right. It's your favorite cousin. Welcome back. South 40 Outdoors. This is probably my third time making this video today, but hopefully third time's a charm. And, my energy is down. I started up here. I'm right here, because I keep having issues with my mic, my battery, my phone died. It's okay. One thing after the other. Welcome back, guys. It's a new episode. It's your favorite cousin. It's South 40 Outdoors. And today we're talking compost. All right. We're going to start this video off with a quick explanation of what's going on. So last night, I was out here and I was working on my compost bin. We've been saving compost up at the house, and we've been collecting eggshells, fruit and vegetables. We've been collecting scraps from the kitchen. All right. We've got coffee grinds, coffee filters, banana peels, all kinds of stuff in here. I've got a bag of vegetable scraps from a couple bunch of collard greens that we got fresh from the market a few days ago. So I held that. We're going to add that all to our compost today. We also have some brown material that's been in the yard decomposing from yard waste, trees being cut down, just limbs falling, things like that, weeds that we've been pulling from the garden. We chose to till our garden because the ground is compacted really bad with grass roots. So we've got really thick grass roots out here. If you can see it, I don't know what kind of grass this is, but these roots grow really thick in like clumps, you know. So we tilled it one good time to try to turn some of that over, and we've been pulling that out of the garden, stacking it in piles to the side to add to our compost as well for brown material. So we've got our bin built and constructed. We used material and items that we found around on the farm. This container was a chicken enclosure that my dad used for raising chicks. He might have used it for hatching, something like that. But we took that because it was already covered in wire mesh, and we flipped it over. We're going to use this because this was the perfect size. It gives us 2 compartments here, and later we'll get some pallets and we'll make a 3rd compartment so that we can cycle and rotate our compost. Okay. I made 2 lids out of some tin, roofing tin that was around. Took that, cut it in half, made some framing with some boards that we had laying around. Okay. This is all scrap material that I upcycled off of the farm. I'm big on upcycling. You guys will hear me say that a lot. Upcycle as much as you can. You can reuse things around the house. Why spend money when you're throwing things away that are perfectly useful? All right. So we've got our container. It's built. We've got our material gathered. We've got some logs and some hay over here that's been breaking down. We're going to add all of that in. You can see here I've already started layering. Bring it in a little closer. Let you guys get a closer look at what's going on. All right. All right. So as you can see here, we've already started layering our bin. This bin is going to be for dry material. This side is going to be for more organic stuff. So this is where we're going to put our food waste and all of our scraps from the kitchen. That's all going to go on this side. Dry stuff is here, and we'll rotate into the dry. We'll rotate the dry into the organic to continue to break down. All right. So as we continue to add household material, rotting fruit, vegetables, we'll add the dry from the browns in to give it some balance. All right. We're going to keep moving around here. Let you guys see what else we got. Okay. Let's see how far we can go here. All right. So over here, you will see this is our hay pile. Let me get you guys focused. Sorry. You're not moving. Okay. Here we go. All right. Here we go. So what we got here, we've got some logs and twigs, just some wood from around the property, things that have been falling from the trees. We've been cleaning up the yard, picking up scraps and waste. Okay. And then over here, we've got a pile of hay that my dad had at the front. As that hay started to break down, it started to decompose itself. So it's already turning into compost. And I'm going to show you guys here what I mean. Real quick, just a side note, So you can see how that pulled off. All right. So what we got here is the hay that's broken down and started to decompose. So you see it's turned into like a mat on the ground. You see all of that? It's got roots in it. It's turning back into soil. This is what happens when you compost. This is a perfect example of what's going to happen inside of the compost bin. The hay would act as a grass. So if this was the grass and stuff that we've clipped and cut and the weeds that we pulled and all of the household material, our eggshells and stuff, it's going to turn into this, you see. And after this continues to break down, we're going to take that and put it back in the garden. And that's how our compost is going to get made. That's got a lot of organic material. That's already got a lot of the microbes that we need. So adding some of that material that's been naturally composting in the yard already is going to help speed up our process. Yeah. And we're going to continue to add that as we go along. And as we continue to add fruits and vegetables to our bin, we'll mix that in with it. All right. So let's get back to it. All right, here we go. So let's finish this up. All right. I don't know what I did with my gloves. Lost my gloves. There they go. All right. So, along with the natural stuff that we got going on, for those microbes, we're also going to add in this organic compost starter. This is going to help us along the way. Okay? So we're going to sprinkle that in and layer it in with the material that's in here. And no, I'm not measuring. I'm just putting it in. Okay. Okay. This is heavy. We've been collecting. Oh man, I did add soil to this container here, but we've been collecting this stuff for probably about 2 months now. You can see like where I've been turning it. That's a clump of the soil off the bottom. See, that's already breaking down nicely. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's what we want. That's what we want. All right. So we're going to add this in. I'm going to dump it in a minute, but it's heavy. And I want to crumble up some of these eggshells that's on top. So I'm going to take my time and do it by hand so I can tear up some of these coffee filters. It's just going to help everything break down faster. Okay. And I've got the water hose over there. It's on too. We're going to spray it down and add a little moisture into here. And that's going to aid in the decomposing. We want to keep it damp, not soaking. So if you're starting compost at home, you don't want it soaking wet. You just want it to be damp. Okay? Temperature's changing, so it's cooling down. Compost is not going to break down as fast as it would in the summer. In the summertime, it would cook, basically. You know, it would get hot in the middle, and that would aid in the decomposition. But temperatures are changing here. It's fall. You know, we're moving into that cool weather season. So this compost here won't be ready until probably next fall, to be realistic. You know, because it's going to need next summer to finish cooking down and breaking down. But we'll see. This is Florida. Our temperatures are really weird. Our weather's crazy. Look at that. Some of that's really dry. And after I put some of this dirt on, then I'm going to come back and we're going to layer some of these green stems. I'm going to layer that in. Bring you guys a little closer. Let's see, is that better? Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, that's better. Give you guys a better angle, so you can see what we're doing here. Okay, so we've already started with our layers. Remember, we started with a layer of the weeds and the grass clippings. All right, and then I put in a layer of stems and wood, and we came back on top of that with some hay. And some of that hay was already decomposing, so we added that in. Now we're adding in our house material that we've been collecting. All right. You see our stuff has all kinds of things in it. It's got peanut shells, everything that we have from the house. Potato skins, everything. Compost it all, guys. Don't waste it. This is gonna be the best fertilizer. You see, we've got these stems from collards. Anything you have. Apple peels, apple cores, bananas. Compost it all. Unless you're feeding it to your chickens or your horses or something like that. Compost it. Don't trash it. Compost it. If you have house plants, you can take that same compost that you make from these household scraps and add it to your house plants. You see? It's not just for the garden. All right. So I'm just breaking these in half to make them smaller to help it break down a little faster. All right. Break that down some. Okay. And you know, we could have took some of this and planted. You know, see how that's growing there? We could have took that, it would have rooted. But we've got enough going in the garden right now. We've got collards planted. They're on their way. But I did say that, you know, you could start the garden with stuff like this. All right, got that broken down. Tub's getting a little lighter. And dump some of this one. Okay, that's heavy. That is heavy. All right, take my little shovel then. And just found. My dad had around. I like this little shovel here. All right, look at there. All right, perfect. Okay, look at that. You can see how dark and rich that soil looks because it has so much organic material breaking down in it. because we've been collecting this now. I'm telling you, probably maybe closer to 3 months. We've been collecting this for a while. But look at that soil. This is, you know, we started this little bin on our back porch. If we can do this on our back porch, you can do it on your patio. You can do it on your front porch. It doesn't matter where you do it. You can do it. You can do it in your garage. There's no reason, no excuse, I should say, that you can't compost at home. Okay? And I did the same technique basically in this tub that I did in the container. I layered it down. That's why I'm hitting twigs and sticks on the bottom now. I layered sticks and stuff on the bottom when I started. See here? They've started to break down and decompose. And that's exactly what we want to happen here in our bin. Okay? So we're doing the same process in a bigger container. All right? I don't want to just dump it like that. It's bothering me. Okay. This is looking really good though. Sticks at the bottom. Okay. And it needed to be turned. It's pretty packed in. We've been packing stuff in here for a while. We got stuff growing in here. Look here. What is that? That's an onion. Oh my God. Look at here. That's an onion. Heck yeah. Isn't it? Look at that. In the compost, look at the root. That's an onion. That's another one. You know what? No, I'm wrong. Oh my God. It's garlic. It's garlic. Yo, look at there. The garlic started growing in the compost. Yo, we're going to go and plant that in the garden, okay? Let me get my little bin. Go ahead and add you to the tub here. We're going to put that down in the garden. I'm not going to waste you. Let me see if there's something else in here. Where did I get you from? Is there more? Look at me scavenging through the compost looking like a dumpster diver. We've got our grass layer. We've got organic material. We've got, you know, clippings from our collards we had left. We've got our compost that we started in the house. It's got all of our kitchen scraps. You know, it's got eggs, potato peels, peanut shells, anything you could think of. Tomatoes, lettuce, it's all in here, all right? So everything that we use in the house that we can compost, we throw it in this container. And now we're adding it into our big bin that we just got built. So we've layered it down. We're gonna top it off with the last of our compost here. All right. Shovel that in. All right, we got a good layer. And we've got our compost starter. All right, we're going to add this in as well. We also have our decomposing hay that we grabbed from down the lane. That also has beneficial microbes in it that's going to help boost our compost. So we're going to add a little more of this on top. Sprinkle that in. It's going to help kickstart the decomposition. And also, guys, I didn't catch it in the video, but as I was going through the compost, I found some garlic that started to grow. So we've got a few pieces in here. I pulled them out. I set them to the side. We pull those out. Those are volunteers. Anytime we get some volunteer plants popping up in the compost, I take it and plant it in the garden. Okay? Another example of how easy it is to start growing your own food. Any of your scraps, you can take it, compost it, use that compost in your house plants or on your patio beds, like for your raised beds, your little planters, in pots, anything like that, guys. All right, so we've got our compost set up. I'm gonna grab the water hose and we're gonna wet it down. So now we've got it all set up. Only thing I need to do now is find some boards or a piece of tin or something to cover the front so we can keep out any pests or rodents. We have armadillos in the yard. I don't want them getting in, digging in the compost. Same thing goes for raccoons. All right. We just want to add a little water to that. All right, guys, it's your favorite cousin, South 40 Outdoors. I hope y'all enjoyed the video today. It took me a little time to get it together. We had some trial and errors and some technical difficulties, but your girl stuck with it, all right? And we got it done. We got our compost bin put together. We just need to come back and finish off those front doors. But we're set up, we're all ready to go, and we've got our compost in. So I want to thank you guys for following along. You know, I know it was a lot. Maybe it was entertaining. There were a few funny moments, but don't forget to hit that like and don't forget to subscribe. South 40 Outdoors. All right, it's your favorite cousin. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. What's up, guys? It's a new day.